Hello, Razzle, JVDK, Sky Shadow, Just Sofin, Bell, Steven, BKJ. Hello, welcome. Mine equals fun, craft equals time, so mine plus craft equals fun time. The logic seems sound. That logic seems sound. All right. What's on today's list? So, I did a little bit of stuff off camera here, like very minimal. I put this in. And this is a bunch of electrolyzers. Its whole purpose is to be able to take hydrochloric acid and convert it into chlorine gas. So the way this has been going is we have been running out of chlorine constantly because a process that we need that's using the chlorine is outputting hydrochloric acid, and I have just been overflowing deleting the stuff. So we're constantly needing more chlorine, which means we need more salt. You'll notice that we have a bunch of salt in the system here. I mined another salt vein yesterday. And then as this was processing, I was like, you know what? There's got to be a reason that we keep needing all the salt. Yep. So I set up a process here so we can turn hydrochloric acid back into chlorine instead of deleting it, which I don't know if this is the best way. Like if I go into the system, I tell it manually to craft, like this all goes pretty quickly. But the way that I have this set up is I made this an on-demand craft, but it's being done passively based on a level emitter. And I don't know if this is the best way to do it. I threw this over here, an interface with an export bus, telling it to do this craft. We have a redstone card in here, active with signal, acceleration cards, whatever, right? And then we have a threshold level emitter, which is looking to see if hydrochloric acid gets above 6,000. If so, it'll start requesting that craft until we drop below 3,000. The problem with this method is that export bus is only requesting enough crafts that I think only about four of these electrolyzers turn on. I think. I didn't actually get a chance to count it, but it's like not all of them are turning on. They're all not going as fast as they would go if I told the system just to create 1,000 buckets of chlorine. I'm not really sure the best way to handle this. This seems to have worked because when I set this up yesterday, we didn't have any chlorine in the system and we were using salt to make some. And I logged on today and we have chlorine in the system and we still have salt left. So obviously something has worked. The pump jack for salt water makes sense, but we shouldn't be losing chlorine, right? Like the chlorine is being turned into something else and then we can turn that back into chlorine. We don't actually need this and we've been deleting it. So this setup kind of reclaims that chlorine. Does that matter if we just have infinite salt water coming in? Maybe not, but I don't know. For right now, I think we're good. And then I was trying something else here. We're using the these potent fluid pipes, right? So we had these fluid pipes set up underneath these machines. They were all like exporting into here, and this was all going into the interface when the craft was complete. But these pipes are kind of weird. They hold one fluid, which is fine. I know there's like the multi-fluid pipes, but they hold one fluid. And this is creating two. So if we look at the hydrochloric acid, and we look at the uses through the electrolyzers, this is the recipe that we're doing here. So it creates both chlorine and it creates hydrogen. But the way these machines export into these pipes, if they're all connected in a loop all around going into this interface, is weird. Because this machine could be like, okay, hydrogen now. And then this one's like chlorine. And then this can't push the hydrogen because there's chlorine in front of it. So like, we got to wait for this pipe to empty, then this pipe, then this pipe. And then like chlorine scoots over here. And this one's like, okay, I can export some chlorine now. And anyway, it seemed really weird and slow. So I went and I switched everything to fluid multi P2Ps. And this is instant transfer. This is really good. Like, I was just kind of playing around last night, figuring out what a better solution was. I even went as far as making polytetrafluorochloroethylene, whatever, these things. These large pipes, these do 1,200 millibuckets per tick. Still not good because of the same issue. These are just more restrictive, so this is slightly faster, but it's still the same issue. But yeah, we went to these guys, the fluid multi P2Ps, and these are instant. So if I go into the system and I say chlorine, just make me, let's say 1,000, make me 1,000 chlorine. Like, that's happening super fast. There's no fluids left in here. That's just immediately going into this thing. It's really good. There's no backlog. It just happens. Everybody's happy. How are we doing here? We're almost done. Boom. So I think this is pretty good, and I want to continue using these for this kind of stuff. In fact, the reason why I had moved this over here instead of stacking it like on this is because I thought I needed those pipes underneath, and there wouldn't have been room for the pipes because there's AE here. But if I were to have known that we were going to do the P2Ps like that, I could have put the P2Ps on this, right? And that would have worked just the same. And we could have stacked that right here. But yeah, that's why that's over there. That's why that exists. That's why we're not using pipes underneath. So here's another thing. I think we're going to change the way that we do these P2Ps. And I've kind of made that change here. I'm using Quartz Fiber. So like, we're drawing power from the main network. So this system has power. But I'm using a Quartz Fiber here to remove these P2Ps from the main network. And the reason for that is every time you modify something that's attached to the main network, like you add a device, you remove a device, or you update that device, the network reboots. And that's super annoying. But the thing is, the more items you put on that network, the longer that reboot takes. So this would be 17 P2Ps just for the export, and then an additional 17 for the import. In fact, I don't know if there's a way that I can make this both input and output. I don't think you can do that. Well, anyway. Yeah, so this right here is 17 on the bottom, 17 on the top. So that's what, 34 in total, more devices just to run these machines. I think it makes sense to keep those separate on their own networks. And then when you update these things, it doesn't reboot the entire network. So if I get like an interface, something, and I throw it on here, boop, if I go here, I still have access to stuff, right? If I do that same thing, and I boop it right here on the main network. Well, wait a second. Why is this working? This shouldn't be working. What's going on? Did I fix something on the main network? Is it not rebooting every time I update it? I don't know. Well, we've seen it before. Every time we add something to the network, it reboots. So that was the reason why I'm doing this, removing these from the network. I am not entirely sure why breaking that cable was not rebooting the network, so. Oh, the wireless terminals work differently than the regular terminals. Is that why? Let's try this over here. If that's the case, then wow, that's really good. I need my axe. So if I attach this here, we should see a network reboot. Yeah, that's broken, but this still works? Weird. Weird. Okay. That's something I didn't know. So we should be able to see this thing saying network rebooting. Yeah, it says it on the tooltip at the top, network booting, right? Look how long that's taking. It's still booting. It's still, now it's done. And then removing it makes it do that same thing all over again. If I attach this here, device offline, device online, there is no network booting. It's just done because it's such a small network. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do going forward here. Is put P2Ps like this on their own subnetwork, since all they're doing is just transferring stuff that this thing is talking to into these machines, right? Or I guess it'd be the other way for the bottom side, because these are the inputs and that's the output. So it's talking to everything here that's putting in. It's just like pushing into whatever this is. It doesn't even care what that is, just as long as there's an inventory. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. It's the same thing as adding drawers to the network. True. True. But the larger our network gets, the worse this problem is going to be. So everywhere that we're doing these P2Ps, I'm going to start taking these off the main network and removing 17 devices. So this is another example right here where I can just throw a quartz fiber. And it won't matter to the subnetwork here, but it will matter to the main network. You can see it says network booting, but this is already online and ready to go. So I think I want to go back here into all these different machines and just see. Yeah, here's another set of P2Ps, right? Yeah, we got more P2Ps down there. So like these P2Ps don't even need to talk to the main network. They're perfectly fine just living in their own world. Yeah, I think we're good on this side now. Now over here, I don't remember. I think all of these are using, yeah, look at all these. We're gonna have to do this to all of these. Is it running on Windows 95? It might be. All right, let's go behind the scenes here and like break these off of the main network. Hopefully alleviate some of these pings that we're getting. So we don't need that, and we don't need that connected. I'm not really sure what we're doing over here. I guess these are just single machines. Okay. Obviously this isn't, but yeah, quartz fiber there. Okay. I think we should be good for like these bulk crafting things. I don't remember what I was doing over here in the passive area. Let's go take a look at these. Like, how are these hooked up? Is this just using Ender IO? I don't remember what I did over here. Where's my axe? Let me axe you something. Ender IO, yeah. So these are just pulling out of the interfaces. They aren't connecting. I guess that's only ever going to matter, really, what I was doing if we are dealing with active crafting, not the passive crafting. So I could switch these to fluid multi P2Ps and then have that all export into one interface down here. I think that's better than having all of these interfaces. And then we can put that on the subnetwork. I think I'm going to make this change. Oop. I have an interface on me. We need fluid multi P2P. And I need 8. We need some sapphires. Make a few of those. Fluid multi P2P. The bottom is an item output. That's fine. We can put like an interface right here, have this push down into that. And then have these all talk to that interface. So that's still going to push into an interface. We can get rid of this now. Let's see here. So I need this guy here. Let me get rid of these. That like a that. And then we need inputs. Memory card. So we're gonna grab this one. So that's E66. We want all of these to be inputs. So we put this in our offhand and then we right click. And then we put this in our main hand, then we right click, and that sets that to the output side. And then I need a glass fiber here. So this is still working. We're still producing all of this stuff. There is nothing in these tanks. Well, that one said carbon dioxide, methane. Yep. That's all just getting pushed into this fluid multi P2P, which is going into this interface down here, and it's just being imported to the system. But now we have removed 7 more items from the network. How important does 7 items make the network? I don't know, but I feel like this is the way to go. In fact, I almost feel like, and I don't know if this is possible, but I almost feel like each one of these rooms should be its own sub-network. I don't really know how to do that, right? So let's think about this for a second here. It's storage bus, right? Let's do some theory on this. In fact, I'm going to use regular interfaces. So if we have a subnetwork, see, this is our subnetwork here.
Daniel cheered 500. Is there a bread called an ice paquette? Did my distraction work? D.
It did work. Bay, thank you for the 500 bits. I appreciate you. But yeah, let's think about this for a second. Like, how does this work? If this is our main network. Wait, no. I think, yeah, this has to be the main network here because we're a storage bus and we're reading what this interface is. So our subnetwork is here and we're reading everything from this. But this can't read anything from this network. So what happens if you take a subnetwork and you make it a subnetwork of itself? Like, does that make sense? Probably not. But if we put a storage bus here so we can read from the main network, and we have these connected, like what happens? Like these two networks aren't technically connected, but they should be able to read from each other. So like we can still provide machines with the items that are stored. And we can still see like what this is doing. Yeah, these are the kind of things that I think about. Like, if we want to isolate this room, so like adjusting something in this room doesn't affect the entire network, but we can still see the entire network, like nothing is different. Like, how do we accomplish this? Then you run into issues like auto crafting and such. True. So like if we make each room its own subnetwork, it needs its own CPUs to handle. So maybe can you make like the main network, all your storage, a subnetwork of all of these different rooms? Like can a network be, how do I say this? Can a network be a subnetwork of multiple networks? So we can have our own auto crafting in this room, have that be part of this room's network, but it can still read and insert stuff on the network of the main network. Well, there's ways that you can do subnetworks where like the downstream or the upstream of the network can read whatever is downstream, but the downstream can't read whatever's upstream. I kind of want to play with this because this is like, let me drive. I'm going to make like, I don't know, 3 ME drives. Ooh, we don't have any dark steel. What? How do we not have dark steel? What? How are we out of dark steel? So making dark steel dust is grinding the ingots into the dust. But how do you make the ingot then? Hold on a second. Hold on. Dark steel dust should be this recipe. Making steel dust with obsidian. If I get rid of this, we don't have that recipe. So this must have been something that Jassassin was setting up as an auto craft somewhere, and we are just completely out of it. We're going to come back to this subnetwork discussion here in a moment. Vibrant alloy bolt. Where is he setting up like the ingots? Did he not bring that over here? Is this still in the overworld? There's nothing in this room. Is it in this room? Black steel, no, dark steel ingot right here. Work paused. Why? Wait, this is a bender. This is not what I wanted. Yeah, this is going to be making dark steel plates. Where is he making dark steel ingots? Hmm. Hmm. We're making Canthol dust but not exporting? I'm confused. I think this is dark steel. I think I set this one up. So we don't have steel. So we are out of steel? Is this the problem? We don't have a way to craft steel dust, which is fine. So where was he automatically crafting steel dust here? Steel ingot equals steel ingot. Steel dust. Why is this not exporting? That wacky Jassassin. So now that we're making steel, these are happening. We're making dark steel dust. We should be making dark steel ingots. Okay. Hello, Bola. That wacky Jassassin guy. I wonder why that happened. And I wonder why this isn't exporting either. This, I assume, because we were running out of chromium or we were running low on it. And he wanted to, like, not use all of it for Canthol, but we have a lot. So I'm going to turn this back on. Whoop, not that one. What else? What else? What else? While we are over here, what is this one? While we're out of pulsating iron. Because we don't have any pulsating dust. Okay, so here's a thing. Let's go back, warp void. I have pulsating dust down here. Or at least the ability to create pulsating dust out of these resonant clathrates. Should I allow our main network to be able to use this stuff to create its own pulsating dust? I don't really think that's a problem. I mean, I guess it really depends on how much of this stuff we're using. I went back here and I added these to the main network so we can see the pulsating dust, right? Here's something I wish that would happen though. Since we can craft using this, we can't go into the main network that can see these now. Well, they would be able to see if we actually had some. We can go into the main network and it'd be able to see this pulsating dust, but we can't go into the main network and tell it to craft from this. I kind of wish you could be able to do that. So I think I'm going to like restrict that from being seen from the main network. We'll keep the resonant clathrate here. And then we'll set up a recipe where we can craft the resonant clathrate into the pulsating dust. I think we'll do that. I don't know where I'm going. I just need like any one of these. So we needed pulsating dust. So we can craft that. Resonant clathrate equals this. I should probably make it like a stack. A stack of that equals... Oh, I can't make this a stack of dust, can I? I need to go grab some. Where's my up? Right here. Hey, that's a remix of Skyrim music. It is. So 1 stack equals 1 stack furnace. So now the system should be able to craft this whenever it needs it using the resonant clathrate that we are making in the diamond area. I don't think that's going to be a problem because I don't know how much of this pulsating dust we are going to need over time, but I think we're making enough where it won't matter.
Pexon just resubscribed for 53 months.
Yo, Pexon, hey, welcome back, dude. Thank you for the 53 months. Large potent pipe. So we were, we need to go back. That's what we need to do. Whoop, back. So we were looking at this, and this is now creating pulsating iron, but it doesn't know how to craft this stuff. We need a crafting card in here to actually make this continue to work. Ooh, this thing. 1 crafting card, please. Okay, so this will be able to craft more pulsating dust when the system runs out, and this should continue to make the pulsating iron ingots. Such a long time. Geez, what's your opinion on Monty? Is it good? So far, so good. I like it. If you want to play like an expert / Greg Tech style mod pack, then I can recommend this one. It seems pretty solid so far. Was there anything else we needed to do down here? I don't think so. Now, what did I need the dark steel dust for? I don't remember now. Right, we were... Oh, I was going to make ME drives. I was trying to craft 3 of these. Ah, we ran out because we were making end steel dust that used all of the dark steel dust. What are we doing here? Yeah, this thing is so slow. How are we doing on emeralds? Lots of them. I think I should ask Jasassin to like make a stockpile of flawless emerald. I can never remember which room he's doing stuff in. This must be it. Vibrant alloy bolts, chips. We're doing this. And then on this side, I think is where he was auto. Nope. Gosh, I have no idea where anything is. This one, yeah, this is where he's doing passive stuff. What do we need the flawless emerald for in this? I wish I knew what part of the recipe required the flawless emerald. Is it the MV emitter? MV emitter. Okay, so we're down here. When will Jess be back? When he gets back. Should be about a week and a half or so, 10 days, something like that. I don't know. That's the rough estimate he gave me. All right, so we need energy acceptor. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to see like how these systems work. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I need to get some drives. Bum, bum, bum. I actually want to work on this stuff, but like this has my attention right now. Okay, so we need interface, storage. What's a storage bus do? It needs to make pumps and stuff. Okay. So this network here, that's just going to get the power. So this is going to be our first. And from here, we're going to storage bus interface with this network. So if I put something into here, let's put in, how about this wrench? Can I see the wrench? Oh, we need to give this power, right? I have some on me. Okay, so we are providing power only to this network. It's not getting any data. I cannot see the wrench upstream. However, we can see the wrench here. If I put a bucket of water in here, I can see the bucket of water and the wrench. So I do this, I put another interface and then a storage bus. We do the old connectorino. This cannot see anything. If I put this Yeta wrench in here, this can't see it because why? I can see the bucket of water. These can't see each other's stuff. What's different here? What did I do wrong? Oh, that's an interface. Ah, I didn't put a storage bus in there. I put an interface. Okay. So we have the Yeta wrench in here. This one can see the Yeta wrench plus the water bucket that's stored on its disk. All right. This one can see all three. So the question I have is, if we can do one way, so like this one is downstream of this one, and this one is downstream of this one, what happens if we like make another where this one is upstream of this one? Or I guess if we make this one downstream of this one, and then that one, can we like link these all together so they're separate, but they can still see all of the storage? That's kind of what I'm curious about here. So I'm going to put another interface with another storage bus. And then if we go like, oh, that doesn't connect to the front. We put a fiber here. And that needs to be connected to this network. Technically that should be white, but we're just going to go like this. Actually, no. Let's make it white. Let's connect it to this right here. Let's try and keep things consistent. Okay, so what can we see in this one? We can now see the Yeta wrench and the water bucket because we are downstream, but we are also upstream now. Interesting. And if I do another storage bus, so we put a storage bus here, and then an interface here, and then we connect it so it's got power. And then we need this cable. Okay. So now we've created like a big data loop, essentially. Did I miss something? No, this should be fine. So with this, we have this system is now downstream of this one. And with this, we have this system is now downstream of this one. Okay, basically what I should see is all three items in all three of these. That's what I want to see. All three items in all three of these. Okay. Now, if I take the water bucket out of here, I can take the wrench. This Yeta wrench is what was down here, yeah? Yeta wrench here. I can take this Yeta wrench out. I can put the Yeta wrench in. I can take this aluminum wrench out. Okay. So we can see all of the data on the other network, but these are all subnetworks of each other. So this is adding an enormous amount of complexity to this. But what this should allow us to do is like interrupt any of these wires, add stuff to it, but like not interrupt the data flow. I'm not sure this is worth it, to be honest. This was something that I was just kind of curious about. Like, I know you could do the subnetworks and they could see stuff going one way. I didn't know if you could do the subnetworks back around and loop it back around so like you can see everything else again. And sure enough, you certainly can do that. I don't think this is going to be viable, though. Like, this adds a lot of complexity. So for every room, we'd have to have an input and an output for the AE. with one of these things. And then at this point, like, can we auto craft from anywhere? Can we auto craft anything from anywhere? So the reason why I'm even looking at this is because we currently have a fairly large applied energistics network. Let me come down here and I'll show you real quick. If I were to add something to the network, make a change, add something, our network goes offline for... It's still offline. It's still offline. It's still... Now it's back again. I'm thinking if we subdivide our network into smaller networks that can see each other and talk to each other, if we make a change in like one room, it'll only go offline. Like the room itself will go offline for like a second or something. It shouldn't interact with the rest of the network. This is the only reason why I'm looking at this, because this is really annoying. But then again, it was pointed out to me, even though I can't access this terminal, I can still access my wireless and still remove stuff. So like, I'm not sure this is as big of an issue as I was thinking it was going to be. These terminals stop working, but I can still use my wireless, right? Why that is, I don't know, but it is a thing. So maybe it's not an issue. I don't know. It's just something that I was thinking that I'd take a look at. That was pointed out to me, and then I got curious, like, can you loop subnetworks around so they can see each other? Because it's something I've never tried before. I was just curious. I don't think we're actually going to do this. This adds way too much complexity. Sometimes I just want to experiment. This is the kind of stuff I enjoy in modded Minecraft. The what if questions. So I don't need that, don't need that. These all need to be taken apart. Storage bus interface, crafting terminals interface. We can put these wrenches away. Diamonds go into here. This can go into there. That's not going to stack, but that's fine. Boop, boop. Okay, so this processing pattern, I think this is still valid. Let's put this back in the grinder. Okay, yeah, we got dark steel back online, and we have steel ingots, right? Yep. All right, so we won't have to worry about that. Okay, we're good, we're good. I don't remember. Guys, what were we even doing today? I don't know. I don't know. Can you input from one side of the interface and take out from the other side? That is both network has 2 storage bus and 2 cable attaching. That's 4 faces used. Can you insert from one side of the interface and take out from the other? I mean, you'd have to have 2 separate interfaces. Like, you can't have... If both networks are using the same interface, then they're both attached to it and you have one network. So you'd have to have 2 separate interfaces for what you're describing. So you need a storage bus and an interface, and then an interface and a storage bus, but connected only... It's hard to explain. Interface, storage. So the reason why this works and the networks are separated is because the cable storage bus doesn't send channels. It doesn't take power. It doesn't send channels. These two are touching, but they're actually separate. It's not until you take a cable and you do this, which would give this power, if this was powered, which would give this power and allow it to read stuff from the network. And that's why I was using the like fiber. So we can only grab the power from the network. This only allows power, no data through. So that would power this guy. And then that separates this network from here. But no, you can't have like... I mean, I guess if this was a third network and you could have like another storage bus attached to here to another subnetwork. Maybe that's what you're describing. I don't know. Yeah, each room would need its own crafting stuff, I think. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that's not that complicated. It'd just be a lot of redundant things that you're putting together. I don't know. I think it's probably not worth doing that. I think what we're doing by, not here. I don't even know if I have them in this room. I think what we're doing by separating the P2Ps onto their own subnetwork, especially when we're adding like 17 of them, makes sense. Just to like lessen the amount of stuff the network has to reboot when it does reboot. Hey Lolo, how you doing? Okay, well, I don't remember if there was anything else that I wanted to work on specifically. Oh no, wait, there's this. The EV quadruple input hash. Remember this from yesterday? We were going to use that to make this recipe over here better, but we couldn't make that until we made whatever it was that we were making. The polyvinyl chloride. We needed polyvinyl chloride in order to make the aluminum wires that we needed to make this. Not that. This. This needs the polyvinyl chloride, and we couldn't make that to make the quadruple hatch until we made some. So this one I have labeled as the large chemical reactor as oxygen because we don't have a multi-input thing, so we had to have a separate one, and then we're exporting oxygen into here. But now that we have access to a quadruple hatch, which has 4 tanks, 32 buckets each, we don't need to like make this oxygen only. This could do whatever it wants. So let's go ahead and make these hatches. Ender Pearl Farm, you know I'm gonna bother you about the spawner every day, but I don't think we need it. I mean, it would like make the diamond farming a little bit more efficient, but I don't think we need it. All right, so we're gonna make the quadruple hatch, which means we need this, which means we need this, and this is a extruder small pipe. Nope. Small pipe extruder. I don't know if we have that. Large pipe, normal pipe, no small pipe. Okay, we make an extruder with a small pipe. Small. Wait. Small pipe, this one, this one, this one. Oh, we already had one in... Okay, so there's the rod. This one, this one, this one. There's bolt. Then we do this one. Wait. This one. Small pipe. The Enderman simulation is eating like 100 KRF? We have to like set up the whole Ender IO thing though. We need the spawner juice and we don't have that. It's a lot of setup for that. And we are backed up on the... We are currently backed up on the Ender Pearls as it is. We have Enderman predictions. We're backed up on the... We shouldn't be backed up in extraterrestrial matter. Oh, that's probably because this interface is backed up on predictions. So, like, these aren't consuming power right now, I think, because they're all, like, done. We're fully backed up. 8,128, I think, is the maximum amount this drive will store. And we're completely full on pearls. I don't think it's really an issue now that we're backed up on everything, to be honest with you, but I don't know. Maybe it's something we'll look at in the future, but for right now, I don't think it's something that we're going to do. Extruder. Oh, I need an interface. You're giving me a hard time about it? I'm going to give you a hard time about it here in a minute. Pattern provider. I guess I gotta take this off. How do I point this thing down if all I can reach is the bottom side? Like that. I click it twice. Got it. So this is gonna be small pipe. I need this guy. Small pipe. All right. And then underneath? What's the underneath side look like? Oh, we push to the top, don't we? Okay, I think we're good now. Did that get power? Did I push that up against the thing? I did. Okay, good. So now we should be able to make an extruder for the small pipe. Uh-huh. So what else do we need here? We did everything that we need for that. Now we need this. Wait, what? That's an EV machine hole. This is doing what? This is not what we want. That makes an EV input hatch out of glass and a machine hole. This makes the machine hole. And then... Wait a second. So the quadruple input hatch is made using EV input hatch. EV input. EV input hatch is made with the machine hole and glass. Okay, we're good. We're good. And then I feel like I'm missing a recipe here, but maybe I'm not. I just feel like I'm missing something. And then the machine casing, I'm missing something, aren't I? Is made on a number 8 assembler. Number 8 assembler. Okay, I think we should be good, question mark. This, this. This is the same thing. So if I want to make quadruple, where's the problem? I know there's going to be one. No problem? Wait a second. Why are we not creating the EV machine hole when I tell it... Okay, what did I do wrong here? Input hatch, this. Okay, the machine hole we should actually make this way. What am I doing here? Yeah, let's make it this way. This needs to be made in assembler. Okay, so now if I tell it to make the quadruple... No, not that, this. There we go. I think I clicked on the wrong one before, but I found a problem anyway. We did it. One EV quadruple hatch. So that means I need to like remake this pattern over here. This is polyvinyl chloride. We can get rid of this. Polyvinyl chloride. Air, nope, we're doing this one. Okay, so that recipe has been updated. We can put this machine hatch back. And then we need the PTFE casing. I need the LCR recipe? Did I do the wrong one? Is it not the same thing? Oh, you know what? I think we're going to do this one, wasn't I? I think that recipe is going to work, but I think we wanted to do the titanium tetrachloride recipe. So this makes 3.2. This one makes 4.3. So this is oxygen vinyl chloride. I think we're going to do this one. Okay, and then I needed the PTFE. Okay, so now we gotta test this and actually make sure this works. We probably don't need to specify what is making this, but... Does this work? It should. Why did it get two of the recipes, but not, or two of the items, but not all of them? Vinyl oxygen. Wait a sec, did I not update the recipe? What the heck happened here? Hold on a second. Did I not submit it? Did I click update? I don't know. Something happened. This makes 4.32 buckets. we're gonna have to try this again. Let's cancel the current recipe. And then I will delete the stuff that's in there. Let's try this again. Does this need a number? It needs number 2. Okay. That's actually way more convenient having the quadruple hatch. So I guess I could potentially just rename this LCR number 2, right? No. Maybe LCR number 2 quadruple hatch? How would I name this in the system? Because if we want to make other recipes that utilize this thing, we need to discriminate it somehow. LCR number 2 quad. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Quad fluid. Quad fluid only? I mean, I don't know. Or maybe it would be quad and then fluid only. I think that makes sense to me. So what are we doing here? This could be done in the same one, right? We don't need an additional one. This is oxygen, vinyl chloride. So what vinyl chloride recipe can we make that's better? This one makes a large amount of hydrochloric. Ethylene, hydrochloric, and oxygen, or we do chlorine and ethylene. I don't know if how would one of these be better than the other? This one doesn't produce anything else. This just uses hydrochloric and oxygen. I think I would prefer to do this one since we have a way to get our chlorine gas back out of the hydrochloric. But this needs a number 1, right? So that's the problem. We can't do that in the same machine. This requires number 1. We could do this one in the same machine because this doesn't require a number. So I think this would work with any numbered machine, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know which way to go on this. This would mean that we would have to have some sort of way to make hydrochloric acid. We've been getting hydrochloric acid as a byproduct, but we're not making it explicitly. If we start using this in a recipe, then we have to explicitly make it. I don't think we do this. I think we do this recipe in number 1. But then that doesn't need a quad. But I think we can just put a quad on there, call it a number 1 quad, and just put this recipe in there. So let's do that. And then the other nice thing about that is we don't have to pump in chlorine into that tank. We can just supply what we need. Because right now we're pumping chlorine directly in there. So this is vinyl chloride using Oh, I was doing hydrochloric acid. Oh, interesting. Shouldn't have been doing that. Oh no, I'm gaining hydrochloric acid. Okay, let's change this recipe. Vinyl chloride. We're just going to supply chlorine and ethylene. On a number 1. Wait a second. Let me redo this. Yeah, this is right. So we need to set this to number 1 and put the quad hatch in here. And I'm just going to delete this. So I need a PTFE. So I need to rename that actually as well, don't I? LCR number 1 quad fluid only. And then we're making vinyl chloride here, I guess. I can leave that on that sign that we don't really need that. LCR number 2 quad fluid only. Okay. I think that's good. And then this one just isn't being used. Not LCR recipe. Did I not put the recipe in there? Isn't it the same thing? Maybe it's not the same thing. Number 1, 2, and 1 on the large chemical reactor. Number 1, 2, and 1 large chemical reactor. It's the same recipe, man. The only difference between the chemical reactor and the large chemical reactor is this one can support more than 2 fluids. I am fairly certain that they both can do the same recipes as long as it's 2 fluids or fewer. Okay. I think we are about done. I should label these guys since I didn't label them. So this is multi-smelter electric furnace. And this is multi-smelter alloy furnace. I'm not sure I need to label that because that's just a grinder, right? All that does is just macerate things. Now, here's something that I was considering. People were saying that I should make a set of macerators instead of using this grinder because it's faster. There's two things that are like bothering me about that. We're trying to use the multi-blocks instead of the single blocks, even though we can like easily expand the single blocks and like do 16 at a time instead of 1 or whatever. The other thing is like this grinder, when you macerate stuff, you don't get the extra items from this grinder, right? This just turns it into whatever, like an LV macerator would, not the HV. But are we macerating anything where that would even matter? I don't actually know. Should we like not even use this grinder and just move to like an array of macerators? And then like switch back when we get to the big macerating unit? The macerator multi-block, whatever that's called. I don't even think that shows up here. There's like the big multi-block macerator thing that we can make. It's not within reach right now. I think it's either EV or it might be IV or LUV. I can't remember what it's even called. Multi-block. Blast furnace, chemical, pyro, multi, crank, distillation, evaporation, vacuum, assembly line, primitive pump, steam grinder, steam oven, cleaner, blah, blah. This is something that's mildly interesting to me. Large maceration tower. This requires IV, which is the next level above where we currently are at EV. Well, we're technically HV, but we're making EV stuff. This is the next power level above that. You're getting out of that stream because you got timed out for saying E as better letter than A. Okay. Who are you talking to? What stream? Hello? We can't make it by hand because we haven't actually started making like the EV circuit maker or whatever. All right, we need to put some stuff away here. We got too many things in the inventory. I wish we had like a button I could press where it automatically put everything in its place. I guess we don't need this. This must be extra. HV input hatch. Okay. Beep, beep, beep. Cool. So we got that taken care of, and then yeah, I just label this one saying unused for now, so as a reminder for the future. I guess I could finish this since I kind of left this unfinished because I wanted to show you guys what I was doing here. Gray concrete. Or we could move this and stack it over there, which might actually make sense now that I know that we can. I mean, I guess we can leave it here too, just the same. But now that I know that we can do this all with AE, there's no reason that I can't stack it somewhere else. Slope. What the heck? What the heck? And what was the other one? These frame slope edge. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave things as they are for now. Was there anything else that I wanted to do immediately? Let's take a look at this book. There were some things that I put here. Rocket fuel, microverse, on-demand lava crafting. This is something that I wanted to do. So here's the thing. We're currently crafting obsidian from lava, but we don't have very much lava in the system here. So when I want to craft obsidian, we're taking some of that lava, we're mixing it with this ice charge to get obsidian. Is there anything else we need lava for, like crafting wise? Because if not, I think we can use, there's like a rock crusher or something. Advanced rock crusher. I don't know why this is called rock crusher, but this is called rock breaker up here. But anyway, we can make obsidian. It says redstone dust is not consumed. And if you have water and lava on the ground, it makes obsidian? Is this just making free obsidian? I don't understand how this works. Does anybody know about this machine? It requires power. It says fluid blocks around and it's producing obsidian. Does that turn the lava into obsidian and then breaks it? I don't actually know. I guess we can make this and find out. This says it's HV tier, so we should be able to do it. Let's experimentate on this because I was kind of curious about this. It says we can craft everything here. I don't think I'm gonna make a pattern. Let's just tell it to craft everything. Something retry. Replan? Start. Okay, can I make this now? No. Start. Okay. So advanced rock crusher. We need to give this some power. We need water and lava. Bucket. Actually, you know what I saw? If you go in here and you just right click, left click. If you left click, it fills a bucket for you. You don't actually need to pick up a bucket. Lava. I'm assuming it's using the buckets that we have in the system. I didn't actually check this before. So we have 47 in here, lava, if I do this. Yeah, it's using the buckets in the system. Okay, it's not giving you a free bucket. I didn't actually know what was going on there. So let's try this somewhere. Power would be downstairs. Let's just try it right here. Why is that not connecting to this machine? Hello? Oh, what am I doing? This is EU. This is an RF. I need to get a power converter. Wait, I still haven't gotten used to the fact that I can just open up my crafting terminal wherever I am. I still am not used to this fact. Okay, and then we just drop that down. Now it's got power, yeah? Yeah, now we got power. Okay, so let's put, I guess, slabs? I'm just trying to think of like what we should do here. I guess we're just gonna put some slabs. water, lava, and then redstone. Look at that. That's pretty amazing. Okay. I didn't know that making obsidian in this pack was this simple. What else can we make with this? So we can make basalt. I don't know if that's useful. Red granite. I feel like red granite is useful, but this requires EV. But I think this macerates into something that we can use. So you can get uranium out of it, and then red granite dust, which can be electrolyzed into... For some reason, feldspar seems familiar to me. Did we need that for something? Silicon, aluminum, potassium. Maybe not. No. Red granite, we can turn into limestone. So this is a quark. So all the quark stuff I don't think really matters, honestly. I don't think there's much we can do with that. It's just basically stone. Whoops. Recipes. So we have regular stone, which I don't think matters, but that's cool that we can craft it this way. I don't think we need to. Marble. Marble's from GregTech. So what can we do with this? Marble dust. What does marble dust do for us? We can centrifuge it into calcite and magnesium. We can mix it and get liquid concrete. I'm not sure any of this matters at this moment. So what else can we do? Cobblestone, we have infinite. That doesn't matter. Diorite. Can we do something with diorite? Diorite dust. Does diorite dust do anything for us? We can centrifuge it and get mirabolite dust, whatever that is. And then clay, what does this stuff do? We can electrolyze this further to sodium and sulfur. You get oxygen and water. Oh, interesting. None of that stuff seems that good though. It's just interesting. What else can we do? Shale, quark, tough from Minecraft. So tough, we could put, tough is just stone. No, nothing special here, I don't think. Oops. Jasper, this is from quark, so that doesn't matter. Blackstone. So Blackstone uses all the stone recipes. Is there something special about Blackstone though? Doesn't look like it. It's just cobblestone essentially. Andesite. Andesite we can macerate into andesite dust, which can be centrifuged into asbestos. That's interesting. Didn't we need asbestos for something? We can electrolyze into silicon and magnesium. Maybe we did need that for something. Am I thinking of a different thing? Maybe I'm thinking of arsenic? Maybe that's not something that we care about. Granite. We can macerate granite into granite dust. Granite dust can be turned into silicon dioxide. And red rock dust. What does red rock do? Calcite and flint? Okay. Not sure that's particularly that useful. Quark. Calcite from Minecraft. We can macerate into calcite dust, and then calcite plus acetic acid turns into dissolved calcium acetate. Is that useful? And carbon dioxide. We can turn it into quicklime. Is that useful? I don't know. We can turn it into fertilizer with phosphate. Let's hold off before I click into these other things. Electrolyzer. We can electrolyze calcite dust into calcium and carbon plus some oxygen. We can mix it and get liquid concrete. We can blast furnace it into soda and calcium chloride dust. Oh, would this be another way for us to get chlorine then? Oh, we have to put salt in, so never mind. Calcite plus acetic acid. So this is the same thing that I wanted to click into. So dissolved calcium acetate. What does this do for us? Quicklime plus that makes acetone. That doesn't make sense. Like, I know it's a different recipe, but how are you going to mix dissolved calcium acetate and get acetone, or you're going to mix it and get water? Like, where? I don't understand. Maybe it would make more sense if I looked at the distillation tower. Acetone, carbon dioxide, and water. I don't get it. What's on the other page? We can also get carbon dioxide. Fluid heater. So we could take this and turn it into acetone, distillation tower. Okay. So what is acetone used for? Ethanone? Hey, Nick, you finally fixed your PC? Nice, dude. Polyvinyl acetate plus acetone equals glue. Polyvinyl cyanoacrylate pulp. Sure. Sure. That's LUV, so that seems like it's probably going to be important at some point, but not right now. So hydrochloric acid plus acetone plus phenol equals bisphenol A and diluted hydrochloric acid. Is this useful? I don't know. We can distill acetone down to methane. We can distill it down into ethanone. We can electrolyze it into propane. Interesting. And carbon. Isn't acetone what women use on their fingernails? I mean, I guess. It sounds like some kind of a, like a paint thinner or something. We can mix polyvinyl acetate with acetone to make glue. What else can we do? We can distill acetone into ethanol and methane. We can take hydrochloric acetone and phenol, bisphenol, diluted hydrochloric. Okay. Sodium hydroxide dust plus epichlorohydrin plus phenyl acetone and hydrochloric acid turns into liquid epoxy salt water and diluted hydrochloric acid. Or we can take 16 buckets of naphtha, 2 buckets of refinery gas, 1 bucket of methanol, and 1 bucket of acetone, and turn that into 20 buckets of raw gasoline power. Gentlemen, start your engines. But we'd have to have refinery gas and naphtha and like be into refining petroleum stuff. So I don't know. Is any of this stuff useful? Like, we're looking at a lot of stuff here. I'm not sure how useful any of that is. That all comes from calcite, by the way. Quark, obsidian, we've seen this. And then deep slate. Is deep slate useful for anything? Thorium, that's like for getting into nuclear craft, I think, right? Deep slate dust and thorium. So deep slate dust can turn into biotite dust. I don't know if that's useful. What does biotite do? 22 of those turns into potassium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, some fluorine gas, and oxygen. Interesting. Interesting. So you're telling me that if we just automatically generate deep slate, we could macerate that down, centrifuge it, get biotight, and then get fluorine without having to go and get topaz. Let's think about this though. So this requires 22 biotite. So 22 times 5 deep slate, which is a number. 110, almost 2 stacks of deep slate to get 2 buckets. Which would be approximately 1 thorium and 2 buckets. Plus, look at the processing times. Well, we're going to be doing this at HV or EV. It's a lot of time to macerate. This is not a lot of time, all things considered. $11 seconds to do this. That seems reasonable. We'd have to wait for 22 of these anyway. I don't know if setting this up is worth it, but I'm just looking at this fluorine and being like, you mean I don't have to go to the nether anymore and gather topaz? I don't know. Like, if we were just automatically doing this in the background, like this was running overnight and stuff, like how are we doing on fluorine right now? We have no fluorine. That mean we're out of topaz again? Oh my goodness. Let's keep this on the back burner. I'm gonna keep this on the back burner here. This is something we're probably gonna look into. In fact, let me just get to this point and put bookmark the fluorine. I don't know how good this is, but if that's just taking some power and making fluorine essentially all the time, I think that's worth it to me as opposed to going to the nether and mining for it. Okay, so anyway, Obsidian, we should set this up somewhere. This is a passive thing. Which means it's not going to stay here. Let me through it. This almost seems like a thing that we would stick over here. It is kind of noisy. Maybe we want to stick it in this corner. That's kind of like the furthest corner in this base. Whoops. Dang it. I need this guy. All right, so this dude is gonna sit right. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could also put this in the other room. Before I commit to this, hold on a second. Where I was auto crafting some other things. Was it this one? There's no room for it. Never mind. Could put it here. Nah, I think it's gonna go better where I'm putting it. What's vibrant alloy? It's alloy that vibes. Now, another question I have, is this thing smart enough if I were to put like a waterlogged leaf block? Do I not have, I don't have any leaves? Are you kidding me? What about a stair? Stair's not gonna work. I need a leaf block. BRB getting leaf block. Do I have silk touch on me anywhere? I got rid of my hammers and stuff. I think, let me just grab a shear. We don't have shears? Might make. Oop, I need two of these. Boop, boop. One leaf block. It's probably not going to recognize a waterlogged leaf as a water source, but it might, and if so, that'd be super cool. And then over here, we need the framed wall, I think is what it's called. Framed wall. And then I put the lava right here. I don't know if this thing's going to catch fire and put like fire around. Okay, so this doesn't recognize the leaf block. Darn it. Gee, dang it. Let me put a wall block here then. Here? There. I guess I need another one in front of it. Wait, it's still not going. Why not? We got lava and water next to this thing. Did this need a number? No number. Oh, it doesn't have power. Maybe it worked before and I didn't give this enough try. Put this leaf back. Guys, did you know that machines that need power in order to operate actually need power in order to operate? I bet you guys didn't know that. I'm making these mistakes so you guys don't have to in your own world and embarrass yourself, okay? You're welcome. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Machines that operate on power actually need power in order to operate. Who'd have thunk it? Sounds like it's working with that leaf block, which is amazing. So it is smart enough to use this. Perfect. That means we don't have to like contain the water in any way. Okay, so now I need Emmy glass. And interphos. Ooh. Quickly. Okay. No. I need my backpack. This. So this guy we're going to set to obsidian, and this is going to be upper threshold of, I guess, 30,000, lower threshold 15,000. Do we need 30,000 obsidian? I don't know, probably not. Maybe we'll do like 8,000. 8,000, 6,000. That seems kind of reasonable. Like, I can't imagine we need that much obsidian. Like, this seems a little excessive anyway, but since we can make it for free, I feel like we should. So we need a machine controller. This is going to be set to be inverted. This is going to be inverted. And we're only going to emit the redstone signal if we're below the limit. Network booting. Please wait. Network booting. Oh, wait, no, this is offline. Never mind. It did make the fire there. What if I place... White birds? No way! Dude, no way. Don't burn my leaf? I actually would not have expected that to burn. Well, I guess we do this. Well, okay. Yeah, wood burns. Here's the deal, though. This is kind of like not something that should be burnable. Like a crafting table will put fire next to it, but doesn't actually burn away. This thing shouldn't burn away since you can put a block in there. And it takes the shape of that block. Is it burnable when it's got a block in? Maybe it's different. I don't know. A chest that's not burnable also will spawn fire next to it, but it doesn't get destroyed. Let's get this hooked up to the system. And we connect to here. Can use a waterlogged stair instead of this leaf block. You can, but like the water will escape out two different sides, so no matter which way I place that stair, it'll still escape unless I put a block in front of it. Whereas a leaf block, you don't have to contain the water at all. It's self-contained. A corner stair requires 2 blocks in order to be a corner stair. You can't just make a corner stair. Not legally, anyway. Now, the thing that I'm wondering, I guess we'll find out. If I place these, which I want to place, does this catch on fire and burn away as well? It would seem like it would if the other one did, but we will place it there as a test. An iron trap door would work. Yeah, I'm curious if this is going to actually catch fire and then burn away. We'll come back and look at this later. I'm going to put this in here. Did lava burn slab by obsidian? Rock breaker. We'll come back here and check on it. And it's on my to-do list so I won't forget. Okay, so we are currently making obsidian now. Was that on the list to actually make it? Yes, on-demand crafting lava. This is, I mean, the obsidian is what sparked that, so I didn't actually do this, but we can make lava. And I should make a recipe for this. So this is a chemical reactor, or large, whichever you want to use, with magma blocks. And we are generating magma blocks with the hostile neural network. So we have those all the time, so we should just be able to craft those. But I don't know, like, how often we need lava. Like, what is lava used for? I think I was going to look at this and I got distracted. So is this actually useful in anything? We can centrifuge lava. Yo, getting sapphire dust. That seems pretty interesting. Is magnesia useful for anything? Magnesite. We electrolyze into magnesium. Quicklime, what is that used for? Making calcium acetate, calcite, calcium. Calcium. Yum, yum. Sapphire dust. We can turn into aluminum. We can turn into aluminum. We can use an implosion compressor to turn back into sapphire. So this would be an infinite source of sapphire, the blue sapphire. So we'd never have to mine it. We have to make the implosion compressor though. But this would be a reason to make infinite lava. And then what is tantalite? This is something I'm not sure about. Manganese. Look at that. Automated manganese. I think this is something that we do. I think it's something that we do. So, was there anything else about lava? Hold on a second. I kind of looked at the centrifuge and that's all I looked at. So we can turn lava into netherrack. I don't know if that's useful. What does netherrack do for us? Is there like netherrack dust or something that's useful? Netherrack dust will centrifuge into sulfur, gold, redstone, and coal dust. We can turn it blaze powder, but we don't need that. Gene gasoline. Maybe if we get into the point where we're making all this stuff and we want to make that, I'll look at this, but I don't think that's useful to us right now. Okay. So we can put in magmatic dynamos. We can put it into the igneous extruder, which doesn't matter at this point. Soul engine. Okay. So it seems to me like this centrifuge recipe is something that we should look at. Centrifuging lava. And we get lava from a chemical reactor. Hello, Bray. How are you doing? Okay. So this is our automated area. I think we're going to grab the LRC. LCR. From over here and bring it over there and just have that make lava automatically. Oh, I fall down. I fall down hole and go boom. Do I have any cyan? And my inventory is like destroyed right now. Goodness. Goodness. I'm like putting these things away that I know I'm going to be needing here in like 2 minutes. Oops. All right. I think we are good. So now we need to use the copy pasta gadget. Copy pasta, best pasta. Oh. Copy. I'm not sure why this thing's like so offset.
Time underscore of underscore master just subscribe.
Oh, that would be why. We want it there. Uh-huh. Conform. Is that where we're going? 2 blocks away. 1 block away. Yeah, I think that's where that goes. Do it. Time of Master. Welcome. Thank you for the brand new sub. Welcome, dude. Appreciate you. Input. Output. Okay, so we are going to be making lava, which is an item with a fluid. So these are 2 fluids. That is a fluid. Input bus. Item input bus, and then we have the output hatch, which is fine. All right, so I need 2 PTFEs. two PTFEs on me. There we go. Okay, now we're good. And this is LV or HV energy hatch. Yep. Everything's good. So I need HV energy converter. Some power wires. Actually, I don't need the power wires. Let's see. Point that up. Where's our power? Right here. All right, so now we need... Yeah, I think we're going to do this like we've done before with an interface and then a robot arm and then the machine controller is how this is all going to work. Interface. Machine controller. Robot arm. We're going to need another interface. The other interface is going here. This is going to be the output. This guy, we're going to be providing, what are they called? Magma block. This guy. Nope. This guy. All right, and then we're going to put the robot arm. Oh, I need a filter too. Robot arm here. Filter. Robot arm, import, keep exact, filter. This guy, and we're gonna just put this at 1. Yep, I think that'll be fine. Okay, so now we need the machine controller on the LCR itself. This is going to be set to inverted, so it only runs with redstone. And then we need one of these guys. This is going to be set for lava. Upper threshold 7,000, lower threshold, I don't know, call it 5,000, should be fine. And invert that, emit levels when we are below, emit when levels are below the limit. So when we're below 5,000, I think that should be all we need to do to get this guy going. So now where's our closest applied energistics? Right here. Okay. I was like, how is that even connected? Network booting. Are we just making lava now? Look at us go! We're making lava! Okay, you know what? All of these are EV. This one is just HV. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. We're going to make another HV energy hatch. We don't need this to go faster, but I want consistency. I don't want some of our machines to be on one power level, some to be on another. Lava. Make it faster, more faster. Guys, this thing's taking too long. Hey, it's done. And get pointed down. Boop. Boop. So now we should be doing an EV speed. Okay, now we're going too fast. So that means this thing needs to put at least 2 items in there. More than 2? Wait a second. Okay. I had made a mistake here, but the problem is the power. This isn't anything else. It might have been fine with just 2 or 1. Let's turn this off. Let's go find our power situation here. So that's these guys over here. We are like overpowering the system. Is 3 more gonna be enough? Maybe. Excuse me, are you gonna be enough? Hopefully. Lawa is a great pronunciation of that word. I'm gonna set this back down to 1 because we only need 1 in there. Let's just put 1 in there. I thought we were just going too fast. Are we keeping up on power? Yes. So maybe we do need more than 1. 2. Maybe we need up to 20. I don't know. Like, this is going at like 1 tick, right? 4? Yeah, maybe we need to put 20 in here since we're just going so fast. I don't know. We need more than that. $32. Is it a problem with the robot? Oh, you know what? I guess that's probably what the problem is. I'm sure it's the robot arm. 8 items a second, 32 items a second. It's the robot arm's fault. We could only go up to 8 and then like that's all I will do. Yeah, we need 20 items per second, so this robot arm would do the trick. Give me this filter back, give me this robot arm back. This robot arm can go in here. Keep exact. Let's try that. No. We want this just to come on and then stay on and then turn off when it's done. We don't want this to be flickering and causing power fluctuations or lag or anything like that. Let's just do 32. That's the maximum this thing will do. Nope. Nope. Okay, so we go the big boy. I'm just gonna put 64 in there and keep 64 in. That should do it. I hope. If it still doesn't work, then I don't know. Is this power limitation? Oh, it's power limitation again. Okay. By the way, how are we doing on lava now? 1400. Okay. No, Jasassin is out of town for a little while, so he's not going to be joining us. Oh, I have them on me. So I've added 6 more of these. The other thing is I didn't see how much power that's actually using. I know it's going EV, but I don't know if it's like 2004 or 2048. Is that still EV? I don't know like if it's at that or where it is. Does it say on this? It is using 2048. Yeah, those dynamos are all fully augmented. Or at least they should be. Yeah, those are all stacking together and they all have the augments. All right, try again. Nope. Okay. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to undo this whole thing. I can't get it to like stay constantly powered and it might, I don't know. Like I've added 6 additional dynamos. Maybe we just can't do it with this setup. I don't know why, but I don't think we can do it with this setup. So I'm just going to not do that. We're just going to switch it back the way it was. HV. So that means I can swap this back to the lower tier robot arm. Oh, is this going? It is going. Stop. Oh, you can press shift and like... All right, let's just bring it down to 1 then. Robot arm LV. Yeah, this is running fine at HV. EV, it's just like, nope, no can do. I don't know why. Oh, maybe I do know why. Oh, I know exactly why that wouldn't work. Yeah, because the energy hatch, these only produce 512 each, right? But that was requiring 2048, so we're only giving half the power it would need to run an EV. So how would I supply more power like that? I would need 4 of these HV energy hatches, or I would need an EV energy hatch. Yeah, I don't think we'd be able to even supply it no matter what we did. I think that's the problem. To me, that makes the most sense why that would not work. It's just requiring too much power. If I add a 3rd HV energy hatch, and we'd only give it 3/4 of the power, so I'd have to add 4 of these. And I don't know if you can add that many. Like, I feel like there'd be some problem if you did that. Oops. Keep opening up the wrong bag. So this is lava. Yep. Okay. Well, we know what the issue is now. We just can't provide enough power with 2 HV energy hatches. We need 4. Yeah, you can... Well, actually, I don't know if you can downgrade or underclock these. Regular machines, you can underclock. So this, for instance, says HV. You can click on this and then bring it down. You can run this at LV speed. Or ULV. But at that point, why even make the machine if you just are going to underclock it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe there's some reason. Hello, Fox Gamer. Just because of the recipe tier requirement, if that's all I can think of. But doesn't the recipe tier requirement mean that the machine has to run at that power level? Or can you make that tier machine and then run at a lower power level? I actually don't know. I feel like you wouldn't be able to underclock it if it needed like EV and you made an EV machine. Like, I don't think you can underclock it to HV or LV or something. But I might be mistaken. I definitely don't know everything about this. Okay, so we have lava being automatically generated. We have ethylene being automatically. We have sulfuric acid. There was another thing that I wanted to look at with this ethylene. Like this ethylene we're producing from here. But like this is producing the stuff that goes in that ethylene very slowly. I think it's ethanol. So we're getting 150 millibuckets per fermented biomass when we can be getting this at 600 millibuckets per 1 bucket of unfermented biomass. And then this ethanol is used to make the ethylene. And we need a full bucket of that. If we were doing the biomass the other way, we would be able to make this stuff faster. However, I think we were distilling all this fermented stuff and stopping based on ethylene, weren't we? So if we make the other stuff, then what would we be doing this for? I don't know. Is there another product this makes that we want that we would stop at? Maybe methane? Is methane even useful for anything? Chloromethane. Chloroform. Yeah, I think this is the recipe where that was eating up all of our chlorine, because we can turn this back into chlorine. Maybe we'll just leave this alone. We'll come back to this. We'll revisit this later. All right, so back to our book. On-demand crafting lava has been taken care of. We've done this. Yeah, so I put this on here. Ethanol. What do we need ethanol for? Oh, is that what I was just looking at? This orange stuff? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's on the list of things to look at later. Did lava burn the slab yet? Hasn't. It has not burned. So this makes me wonder... if we put the framed block down... and then we fill that full of something. Let's do a casing. Will it burn this even if we put that in there? I guess we'll find out if we get lava spilled everywhere. Okay. All right, so next thing up on the list, I think we need to passively make this. If we're passively making this, what do we stop on? I don't know. Like, I kind of want all of these items. Except for the golden nuggets. I don't care about the golden nuggets. I want sapphire dust. I want magnesia. Maybe I want silicon dioxide. I don't know. You can get silicon and oxygen out of that. Maybe we just make a disc for everything. Have them all like overflow protection. Except for the sapphire, and then we stop when we reach maximum sapphire. You wonder if it takes the property of the block you put it in? It's quite possible. I'm not entirely sure how that works, Nick. I'm just thinking here, like, we might already have a large amount of sapphire dust. I guess we could have more. Maybe this is something we'll put on hold for later. Was there a reason that I want to do this outside of getting sapphire? Was it... what does this tantalite dust do? Oh, manganese! Right! Okay. I would be more willing to do this right now if we were like low on manganese, but since we got like almost 6,000 of it, it's kind of like, is it really worth setting it all up right now? Maybe this will go on the back burner for something to do later. Maybe. Okay. How about rocket fuel? This seems fun. This seems fun. This doesn't seem fun. This seems fun. But we have to do this in order to have the fun. So oxygen plus dimethylhydrazine. I had some of that for breakfast this morning, by the way. Dimethylamine monochloramine. I'm probably saying this wrong. Methanol, ammonia, hypochlorous acid. You're a hypochlorous acid. What is this even made from? Chlorine, water, and mercury. Or chlorine and water. What would I do with the mercury version if I can just do this one? I don't know. Is this better? This makes 10 buckets. And this makes 1 bucket. So that's 1.5 seconds, whereas this one is 7.5 for 10 buckets. Oh, wait, it's only 1 bucket of mercury? That's actually reasonable. I thought it was a lot more than that. Okay. Now here comes the part where I'm like, is it worth setting up a bunch of large chemical reactors for each one of these? Or should we just be setting one up that gets reused for a lot of different recipes? BRB, you gotta restart the PC. So many drivers need to be installed. Fair enough. Hey, number 7, how you doing, dude? I think we set this up as an unnumbered one that is going to be on-demand crafting. You good? How about me? I am doing pretty good, dude. I think rocket fuel will probably export into like the system in some way. Yeah, let's tell the system to make another LCR. Microprocessor assemblies? Wait, what? Why are we now losing all this stuff? Assassin can never go away again. This is his domain. What did he do? Which one is making one? These aren't labeled. I don't know what anything does. Okay, what was the circuit that we were trying to make? We're missing microprocessor assembly. So this is one that's using fine alloy and inductors. That would be this guy here. So what's the component we're missing? WAM chip? No, we got WAM chip. Microprocessor assembly. We have that. We are missing the plastic printed circuit board. Yep. Plastic printed circuit board. Where? Plastic printed circuit board. Work paused. Copper foil. What is happening? Device offline. Oh, that's what's happening. What? Dude, this cabling that he's doing here needs to be rethought out because seriously. I am going to make some changes here. There is like these things don't matter. I don't know why he's doing it in such a way, but we're going to change this because having all this thick cable everywhere makes it impossible to tell what's going on. Where is this cable even going here? Oh, into the clean room. I, looking at this is just confusing to me, honestly. Where does the power come out of this? Okay, right. So these just need to be attached to this conduit here. This is fine. I wouldn't do export buses like this, but this is fine. Nothing really wrong with it. I just personally wouldn't do this. Okay. I did this wrong. This needs to go here. Sorry, just asking. Not trying to like change your stuff up, but this is just like a little much. A little much, dude. I'm only triggered. I wouldn't even say I'm triggered. The only reason I'm even touching this is because it's a automation that he's set up that just broke for some reason. I don't know. And like, it's hard for me to even understand what's going on with like all this stuff jumbled in the way that it is. Like, what is this wiring? Oh, I'm changing it. I'm sorry. This is too much. Like, the wiring should go underneath these paths, like straight down the room and just branch off. AE cable. I feel like this should actually be forward one, like this. Oops. Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess I can fill in that space since that space exists and just make this straight. Now we need to connect to this over here. Oh, you know what? I probably should redo that wiring too. It's fine. I'll let Jassassin deal with this when he gets back. One more conduit. To me, this makes like way more sense of what's going on, right? I don't know. Like, if you go back and look at the before and the after, it's like, what even was going on here before? Okay. It sounds like machines are running, which is good. Oops, I put my magnet away. No, I didn't. What did I put away? I don't know. I guess something that doesn't really matter. Was it the book? Oh, did I put my book away? I put the book away. That does matter. What is the book called? Oh, geez. What's it called? To do? Hey, look, things are actually working now. Insufficient energy, though. I figured that'd probably happen. It didn't seem like he had enough engines down here. He just had one or two, I mean. That's fine, Diamond. This one's keeping power in it, so we should have enough power now. Theoretically. Wait, why is it still saying insufficient power? How is he powering these machines? HV machine hole. Oh yeah, that makes sense. He's putting 1 amp through? And these require more than 1 amp to operate. So I don't know a lot about the clean rooms. Oh wait, no, there's 2 energy hatches here. Why is this? Oh, there's the energy hatch. That's powering the clean room, and then there's a machine hole. Can you put 2 machine holes through a clean room? I'm assuming you can. The machine hole should be an HV diode instead? I'm just going to put a second machine hole. I assume you can do this. I don't know. Whoops. This guy. You gonna change how many amps go through? I will let Assassin do that. This is his thing. I'm just trying to make this thing actually work. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to take over his stuff. Power's filling. Power's filling here ever so slightly. Oh. Do we need like 3 machine holes? I don't know. Let me put one more just as a test because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna try again. I know that the diode is probably the correct thing, but we're just trying this. I don't understand. How is it still not getting enough? Are we like running out on the engines? Are we not providing enough through the numismatic? Because we just gave it like 3 times the amps. This one still has power in it, so how are we not providing enough? I don't get it. This thing has full power. Are you only limited to 1 amp total with a machine hole no matter how many you put in there? Or am I just misunderstanding? Because that doesn't seem to make any difference at all, and it should, if that was actually doing something. Okay, what does a diode cost? Do we even have SMD diodes? We're not using a diode. I'm just going to leave it alone. It's working. It's not working correctly, but it is working, and that's all that I care about. I'm not gonna make the diode because that requires a lot of other stuff to do. Let me go ahead and get rid of these things. Since that didn't seem to help at all. Yeah, that's weird. It's weird that you can only pass through one thing like that. Is there anything else I need to do with this, actually? Maybe I will make this. Fine platinum wire. Okay, let's go see if we can make this. Gallium arsenide, liquid polyethylene. This should all be fine. We just put this in a regular assembler. So I need a recipe for the fine wire. That goes on number 3. I just need to put this in here somewhere. Hello, Hubris. 1 HV diode. So how does this work? So you had to use like a soft mallet to change it? I see. I don't think this matters. I wasn't gonna make it, then I realized like I didn't have to set up like a big thing to do this. Oh, is this facing the wrong way? This guy. Well, I mean, it's a little late. But that should fix the problem going forward, though. The clean room is dirty? Like, where is it at right now? Contaminated? Gross! Apparently it smells really funny in a clean room. Does this compare to GregTech New Horizon or even Omnifactory? This is supposed to be a spiritual successor to Omni and Nomifactory. This is different than GregTech New Horizons because like you can actually do stuff and it doesn't take you 10 years. GregTech New Horizon literally took me forever to do anything. Like, I understand if you want to really extend out your Minecraft modded playtime or whatever, but seriously. But seriously. You know you're in a good pack that takes you 350 hours to get AE2? Yeah, never got there in that pack. Automating charcoal for my one steam boiler just to like double that up again was enough for me. I was like, I'm good. I'm good. So it doesn't seem like this is burned. I had the singular railcraft boiler going. Yep. Automated water, automated charcoal, and then it's like, oh, now double that again. Like, no, I'm good. I'm good. There's other ways I could have generated power in that pack, I think, but that's the way I chose, and it was just ridiculous on how to do that. Are we done making lava? Oh yeah, look at that, 7,000 even. Sweet. Okay, hypochlorous acid. I was gonna make this, right, I was trying to make a large, an LCR, and then it's like, no, you don't have circuits. And I was like, wait, no, why don't I have circuits? And then we went on that big circuit tangent thing. Make it the LCR. Do it. Okay, so with this, we are trying to make hypochlorous acid. This is going to be an unnumbered large chemical reactor. So copy pasta gadget. I feel bad. I took this thing down. Now I'm like replacing it. Not like an hour later. Pasta. Yeah. So 2 blocks away. Right there. H. Is that where we want it? I think that's where we want it. Get pasted. Yeah, hostile neural networks is how we get a lot of the stuff. We're about to start into the micro miner for resources that are non mob related. So this guy requires, yeah, so let's get our quadruple input hatch. Nope. Feast. I think I messed up this machine over here because I put that as the first one, and I always put the tanks as the second one item as the first one. I'm not going to change it, but I just remembered that I had made that mistake. So output over here, what are we outputting? We're outputting 2 different fluids. We're outputting 1 fluid. 10 buckets. This should be fun. So I just need an interface here. This needs the pattern. And we are going to name this LCR quad fluid only. Throw it on the ground. LCR quad fluid only. Yep, so I just need 2 PTFEs. Oh, I have them in my inventory. Didn't I turn that? Why is this not turning? Oh, that's an energy converter. Wait, what can you do with this? What was I doing? Oh, I was spinning it around. I need energy hatch. Make it. Do it. Bum. Whoops. Yep. Are you done here? I think as far as setting this up, we're done. This was named. All right. Let's make a pattern. Right, so we're trying to make hypochlorous acid, which requires mercury, water, and chlorine, which we should have all in the system. So this is going to go in the LCR fluid only. Okay, so we're making hypochlorous acid. And we need that. Plus these to make this stuff. I don't know if this is the best recipe to use. But I know we're making ammonia and methanol already. So I kind of feel like we should use that. All right, so this is going to go in the LCR. This one. And then rocket fuel. This guy and this guy. And that goes in a mixer. Okay, so a thing that we need to do though, we need to make a disc for this. We need to make a disc for this and this. Diluted hydrochloric acid. Wait, do we already have that? Diluted? No, we don't have the diluted. Okay. So yes, we did need that recipe. This I'm gonna put overflow. We might like reclaim that later. I don't know. Not really too interested in finding out about it. Hypochlorous acid. This is what we're actually trying to make. I don't think we're going to overflow on this, but I will go ahead and just put a thing in there just in case. And then the final item is dimethylhydrazine. Again, I don't know if we're ever going to overflow, but I'm just going to put protection on there. Okay, let's name these. Diluted hydrochloric acid. Hypochlorous acid. Dimethylhydrazine. Okay. We need to go downstairs. Fluids are over here. Boop, boop, boop. All right, so what is this? We're making rocket fuel, and this had to be done in a mixer. Do we have mixers available? We have numbered mixers. We have advanced mixer. Is this a singular? I think that's a singular. Do we want to do a singular mixer for rocket fuel at HV? I think that's fine, honestly. That should be fine. Oh, I didn't make a rocket fuel disc. Oh, we gotta do that over again. Oh, so. $1K. Home. Rocket fuel, I'm not going to overflow protect. Back. So can I make rocket fuel now? Rocket. Oh, I didn't put the recipe in the mixer. Actually, this advanced mixer, I don't know if we are dealing with fluids at all. That would be in here. What are we doing here? Auto to the top, again, and accept. Okay, we're good. Craft me some rocket fuel, please. We're missing dinitrogen tetroxide? Wait, what? Where did that even come from? What recipe did I mess up that requires that? Oh, I did the wrong one right here. That's supposed to be oxygen. This one. Rocket fuel, please. I feel like something is amiss. Did I not hook this up to AE? Methanol, ammonia, hypochlorous acid. It has power. Idling. I suspect I did something wrong, but what? Does this need to be done in this recipe? Is it actually different here? This is the same thing. 221. 221. HV 52 seconds. HV. Chat, what did I do wrong? Why no go? Oh, it doesn't need... Okay, so this should be a quad as well. Got it? I assumed... And you know what happens when you assume? I assumed it would push one fluid in the other, and then, like, I'd start the next one. Will it not do that, even though it's got a quad... Oh, that's an input hatch. Is there a quadruple output hatch? There is. Okay. Quadruple output hatch. Yo, Kappa 13, thanks for the prime.
Kappa 13 just resubscribed for 2 months.
Thank you for the 2-month prime. Welcome back. There we go. One rocket fuel. We've done it. We can autocraft rocket fuel. It's actually kind of slow, even at EV, to make this stuff, isn't it? Just a little bit. 13 seconds. I like how quickly it makes the other recipe and then switches to this one. Like, this recipe's done, and then... Oh, I didn't make the other one. Woo woo, rocket fuel. Time to go to space and suffocate in a wall like you did. Well, I'm only making the rocket fuel for the micro miners. That was kind of like the reason that I wanted to do that, but we will be going to space at some point. Okay, well, I don't need to sit there and stop. I was kind of like expecting it to switch to the other recipe after every completion. And then like after the third one, I'm like, is it ever going to do it? But I guess it's not. I guess I probably already crafted the other stuff that it's using. Well, we can make rocket fuel now, so that feels pretty good. That means I can get rid of all of this stuff. And now we're at the micro miner stage. Basic microverse projector, microverse casing, microversium plate, microversium ingot, microversium dust. How do you even get this? Is that like an alloy smelter? What's going on here? Alloy smelter. What? 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 Blast furnace. Steel, redstone, glowstone. MV, so at EV. And deuterium gas. Ender air. Distillation tower. Okay, that's fine. We can do this. All the things. Oh, we got plenty of EBFs. Like, that's not even a thing. Like, we got EBFs on EBFs just waiting to be used at this point. In fact, we got so many EBFs, they're EBFing right now. Look at them. Look at them go. These all got to get moved into our new base. Magnesium chloride dust. What are we even making here? Hot titanium ingot. Hot titanium ingot. What is this one? Canthol? Right. Because we weren't making canthol dust, so like that was like running out. And steel ingot. How are we doing canthol? Oh. Okay. I'm assuming that's just going to go up to 2,000. What does he have this set? Oh. Oh, I broke a cable. Where did that cable go? Oh no. Oh geez, that went right here. Yeah, 2048. Okay. What is this one making? This is making end steel. I think we're going up to 16K on those. Yep. ASMR Hypno for the win. 2.3 million diamonds. Guys, why can't I hold all these diamonds? We are almost full up on diamonds. We're about at the point where we're going to stop seeing this number move. It's approaching it. We need 2.5, 2.6. I can't remember where the actual endpoint is, but yeah, we're almost there. Making it rain diamonds. Those are rookie numbers. Well, I assume at some point we're going to switch off diamond numismatic dynamos, and we'll probably be switching over to like nuclear craft or something. I expect. I don't know for sure though. But as long as we can support our diamond habit, we might as well continue using these. Or maybe we will never switch if we just keep making like the Signalum upgrade and then the Enderium one. That's IV. It's the next power stage above EV. We still got a little ways to go here. It's funny, it takes EV to make this, but in order to like make the ingot, you need IV. Is this used for anything else? Maybe it's not silly. Fluxed electrum dust. You can't make this until EV, but you need HV to make this. That seems weird that these power requirements are like all over the place like that. This is MB, but it requires EV to make this. Oh, that seems weird. Very weird. In Monifactory, you play with dynamos till just a bit pre-tank. I don't know what pre-tank means. All right, chat. I think we're going to call it here. I think getting rocket fuel up and running is a pretty good stopping point. We got obsidian being made automatically or auto magically. Oh, are we about to see this just stop? Is it almost there? Did I catch this at the right moment? Why is it still going? Oh my God, why is that still going? Did I not set up the stop on that? I'm glad I looked. I don't want to fill up our drives with like hundreds of thousands or millions of obsidian. Hey, look, the rocket fuel completed finally. Upper threshold 8,000. Oh, I was 1,000 off. Okay, never mind. We're good. I'm sure that's all gonna work. All right, we're done here. EMI is key. I don't know what that means. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. If you're new to the channel, hit the follow button so you get notified when I go live. We should be live again on Friday. I don't think there's going to be a stream tomorrow. Could be wrong. Maybe there's a surprise stream tomorrow, but... Oh, EMI is the GEI. Right. Yeah, I don't think there will be a stream tomorrow, but there should definitely be one on Friday. However, there could be a stream tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's it. Have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.